Hello, this is Sean's Stupendous Podcast by me, which is right in the name, Sean's Stupendous Podcast. My name is Sean O. So what I'm gonna do is something called a podcast. What it's kind of like is it's kind of like the radio. So this is Sean's Stupendous Podcast, like I said before, or SSP for short. So today we're going to show you about a book and how I like this book and the reasons. Today I will be talking about the first book of Percy Jackson. I was interested in this book because one of my friends gave me this for just some kind of present. I got it. So I didn't read it for like 2 years. Then once I started in 3rd grade, I noticed that two of my best friends enjoyed these kind of books, so I decided to read them for myself. I'll tell you about this, but right after a break. So, my two friends, Brian and Adam, found the books, Percy Jackson, and they started reading The Lightning Thief. So, when I started reading it too, I started thinking of, hey, why don't I keep on reading this book? So, here's what it's about. It's about this person, like a troubled kid called Percy Jackson, and weird things start happening to him. His math teacher turns into a weird monster, and now he's getting expelled off of one of his favorite schools. Then later on in the book, he discovers he is something called a demigod, which is a son of a god, like some kind of Greek god. They say he is a son of Poseidon, as he knows. And Poseidon is the brother of Zeus and Hades. Let's get to some fun facts. So today's fun fact is about Greek gods, like we just mentioned. Did you know that Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades is said to be in one of the Titans' bellies before when they were born? Zeus is said to be the king of all gods. He has pretty good temper too. And he can use that temper to really make his victims scared. Now back to the books. After he realizes he's a demigod, he gets to this camp called Camp Half-Blood. Half-Blood is another name for demigod. I recommend this book because the Percy Jackson and his friends are very adventurous, and there are some scary parts which can make some thrill too. A few years ago, I didn't understand this book when I read it. Now I can understand deeply about the vocabulary and what it's about. I'm not telling you any more of the book because if I tell you any other of it, it's kind of spoiling the whole book. You should read it yourselves. Dude, I don't think I should recommend these to second grade and below because this book has really good vocabulary and can scare them since there is some blood. But although in that, I think it's a good book. In fact, there's like 5 books in the series. If you like history, then why not read this book? It's about Greek history. In fact, I think you would enjoy reading something about Greeks. So now let's get to some other stuff too. In spelling, there is something called a schwa. It makes the sound. Say composition. You hear the sound? It should be it is spelled composition. But the compose compa, that's an That's why people get confused with that. Here's a joke about it. What did the schwa say to the schwa? Schwalking. Heh. That's all for today. See ya!